House Republicans are ramping up investigations into Twitter, Facebook, on collusion with the Biden administration to censor free speech on the platforms. Joining us right now is 8VC CEO and co-founder, University of Austin co-founder and Palantir co-founder, Joe Lonsdale. Joe, it is great to see you this morning. I was thinking about you and what you think about all of this, given your investment and how you have supported some of these companies for so long. Now we see Twitter for who it is and what it's been doing, a cog in the wheel for the Democrat machine. What's your reaction to all of this?
You know, Maria, we're not surprised. We've been calling this out for a long time.
I know.
I think it's really important. We don't just investigate Twitter. We have to investigate YouTube and Google. We have to investigate Apple. Our friend Barry Weiss did the Twitter files with Elon. I'm excited for the House Republicans to do the YouTube files, because I bet you that's going to be even worse. And if we don't investigate it, it's a huge problem for our democracy.
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing all of this internal communication from 2020, and I keep saying I want to see the internal communication from 2021 and 2022, because that's when we're really going to see the administration's fingerprints on all of this, telling all of these companies to report their narrative and block anybody who's not on board.
I mean, these guys were meeting regularly with DHS, with FBI, with all sorts of our intelligence agencies. The administration was clearly telling them what they wanted censored. And it's bigger than just, obviously, everyone talks about how they banned Trump, and obviously that was obviously done inappropriately. But more than that, they're turning down ideas. They're turning down certain people. They're turning up other people. Like, this is hugely affecting elections. This is affecting, it's our public square. There's tens of millions of people. They're getting different ideas. And, it's obviously, and TikTok obviously is probably even worse, because we know the CCP is, despite how much I dislike the progressives who ran Twitter, I even more dislike CCP having this influence over our youth. And like the fact we haven't turned that off yet is just totally irresponsible. It's
totally irresponsible. They've been amplifying lies and suppressing truth. Bottom line.
Right. I describe this as if we're all, in terms of Twitter, we're all sitting around the teensy Twitter diner complaining about the portions, but ignoring the fact that these 5 monstrosities control whether we get to eat or not every single day. And I call them the 5 horsemen of the apocalypse. And like just Apple, for example, like what Twitter did in terms of suppressing speech or just, wiping people off the social media map. These large companies do that every single day. With the App Store on Apple, they get to decide who's on the App Store, and the way that they decide who's on the App Store, it's completely opaque. And I have heard this time and time again from people who develop apps, who try to get them on the App Store. They don't tell you what the criteria are, and they will kick you off, or can kick you off if they feel like it. And it's also just the rules, how much they take. I think it's 30 cents on the dollar that they take from everything that you earn on an app. But it's also all the restrictions. And these companies got way too big. Congress never intervened, the government never intervened, and it's going to come down. Like, these companies will eventually have to get broken up. That's why the Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard acquisition getting held up is very important. And down the road, it's going to be when any large tech company wants to get larger, it's got to get stopped.
We'll see. I mean, Joe, do you think that will happen? I mean, what about Section 230?
It's so funny. I agree with you that we need these processes to be transparent. I mean, Apple is just totally corrupt sometimes. They'll tell you one thing, you'll work for months on it, they'll change their mind. That kind of monopoly power that's not transparent, that's not acceptable in our economy. I disagree about the FTC blocking all these acquisitions. The FTC is killing people left and right, blocking things in the bio world right now. There's stuff that detects cancer. This is important. This is the Lumina Grill thing. It detects cancer. Lumina was going to scale it up, be saving thousands of people a month with their marketing engine. And because they have this big tech bias against it, they're blocking acquisitions that are not allowing the technology to scale up. So you're literally saying we're going to kill 10,000s of people a year because we don't like big tech. Like, that's not acceptable. You can hold them accountable. You can make it transparent, but let's not arbitrarily block the markets and capitalism from encouraging innovation, because America is still going to win. We're going to beat China because we have the best innovation. We're going to beat China because we have the smartest people building companies who are allowed to buy and sell. I'm not going to invest in companies if we can't buy and sell them. but let's hold them accountable. Let's not let TikTok and CCP, let's not let the crazy progressives at YouTube, and Apple
but Joe,
run monopolies that are not accountable.
But we are, right? I mean, the CCP is stealing it all. Yes, America has the best innovation.
We should be banning TikTok. Mike Gallagher's totally right.
Yeah, they're stealing it all. I mean, the latest installment of Elon Musk's Twitter files has House Republicans looking at investigations and hearings. So we'll probably see hearings in the new Congress. What do you want to see to level the playing field here? Because you don't have an aggressive administration against the bad behavior of China. Everything you're saying is right.
Radical transparency.
But they're not doing anything about it, Joe.
Radical transparency, Maria.
What?
We need to hold them accountable. We know exactly when and why they ban things, when they turn down ideas. There should be no ability for a company that affects more than 1 million people in the U.S. to decide to get to censor what it wants to. It should have to be totally transparent, exactly how it's doing it, and it should show us within a day whenever it's turned down a person or an idea. I mean, this is the law we should be passing.
I just want to point
totally
out,
ridiculous given this power.
Markets have just taken a real significant step down as we see the European Central Bank continue to talk its rate hikes, and the BOE has raised rates by 50 basis points. The Dow Industrials right now down 483. Things have taken a significant step down in the last 30 minutes. Todd, go ahead.
Hey, Joe, I want to latch onto something Congressman Katko just said in the previous segment. He said Dems were pretty naive, thinking that Republicans weren't going to go after them pretty hardcore on all the social media stuff. Do Dems know what's coming for them come January? Because it feels like, based upon some of the things that they've been saying in public, and these Sheldon Whitehouse and Adam Schiff say you should go after Trump on Facebook, it doesn't seem like they understand the magnitude of what Republicans are trying to point out here.
They're totally gaslighting us. I think it's a really strange situation where the whole press is pretending that nothing is important is coming out of Twitter. It's really strange seeing the fourth estate just dropping the ball. I'm glad you guys are talking about it. Like, this is a huge deal for our republic, and the Republicans need to not only go after Twitter, they need to go after every big tech company and make this all transparent. And though the Dems are pretending it's a nothing burger, and I think you should go read the Twitter files, go read what they're lying about. This is terrifying. These people have this kind of power, and I've talked to a few senators in the last week as well, and they're also excited to work with the House, and we're going to do whatever we can to investigate because we need to.
Well, you're a patriot, Joe. That's why we love having you. We see it your way. I don't understand the rest of the media landscape. Do they not understand the threat of communist China? Do they not understand that abusing America's freedom and liberty is putting the country in a vulnerable position?
I mean, they're teaching Chinese kids. This is the type of war, Maria. The Chinese kids go on TikTok and they get physics and engineering and education about space and science. And American kids go on TikTok and you get twerking and you get culturally degrading things and you get socialism. Like, this is not by mistake. They're trying to brainwash our kids. They're practicing brainwashing our kids. It's a form of soft power. It's a form of a Cold War. Why the hell are we letting them do this?
All right, we will keep watching this. This is an important story, Joe. We're really grateful that you're here talking about it with us. Thank you, sir. Joe Lonsdale joining us this morning. Have a good day.